Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're well. So for today's session, just gonna show you how I tackle the canals. Obviously river close season can get a bit distressing for all of us. You start to miss the river. I know I certainly do. Closes for a good cause, we all know that, but doesn't stop you missing what you love the most. Now, I'm not much of a lake fisherman. You will see me on lakes now and then, but I really like the rivers more than anything. But when you're fishing canals, they can be quite daunting. So I'm just going to give you a few tips of what I do just for when I'm out on the canals. First of all, my favoured rod is 10 to 30 grams, basically because that can cover pretty much all your species in one rod while you're out. So I use the Abu Garcia Revo X combo. It's 10 to 30 grams. That's ideal because, sorry, just let this pass go by. So yeah, 10 to 30 grams, Abu Garcia Revo X combo. Now I like using this rod because I can change the species while I'm out. So say I'm targeting perch and not really getting the bites or not finding anything, I could change over to perhaps going for pike, and I've got that bit of extra weight that I can add on for them slightly bigger lures. Not that you need bigger lures, I mean you catch pike on small lures, but just for variety you can upsize your lures if you wanted to and start targeting the pike. So yeah, that's the rod I use. Now if you're fishing it for the first time, obviously you don't know where the fish are. Who does? But a lot of people, they have their hot spots and they know where they can quite regularly catch. Now, if you're fishing a canal for the first time, I normally start off small, and one of the first things I do is I like to troll in the water. Now I don't just put the lure in and walk straight, because obviously you need to make your lure look like a wounded fish. So these are the sort of tactics that I use when trolling. So I put the lure in the water. I want a bit of distance between myself and the lure, and I'll simply just troll it along, and every 5 to 10 seconds, quick couple of twitches, go again. Oh, I actually thought I had a knock there. Couple of twitches, go again. Couple of twitches, go again. And that's just causing that lure to be a bit erratic in the water, trying to make it look like it's wounded, and hopefully potentially get a fish on, like so. So that's a very effective way of finding some fish. And obviously if you're searching for perch, that could be a difference in blanking and having a very good day, because obviously, as you know, if you catch one perch, very likely you can catch a lot more. Hopefully they'll be shoaling up for you. So yeah, if you find that perch, you know you can work that area and hopefully you'll catch more and net yourself a good mass amount of perch. Okay, so another thing to consider if you are taking like a multi-rod out to the canal, just to keep your options open. For me personally, I use 20-pound braid on this. Bit overkill for perch, I know, but the diameter is obviously still really thin. But it's still strong enough and durable enough for the pike, and should get you out of a lot of snags as well, because we know canals pretty bad. So 20-pound braid is what I use. You may use something different, but obviously it's personal choice and preference. But for your leader, obviously for perch, you're not really going to be wanting to use your thick pike wire, and likewise for pike, you're not going to be wanting to use thin fluoro. So bear that in mind to change your leader between species, just to make sure that you're putting fish care first. Also, a pair of these polarized glasses. They have helped me catch more fish since starting to wear them. Quite often you can get a follow and you won't see it and you'll move on. But with these, it helps you see into the water, takes the glare off, and you can see more in the water, and gives you more opportunity to catch fish. If you see one follow and it turns away last minute, you know that there's something in the area and you can try and work on it and try and catch that fish. Okay guys, so another tip is to look out for narrow bridges, because they will hold the deepest parts of the canal, because obviously the boat can only just get through there, so when that's churning up the bottom, it's opening it up. So you'll find a lot of the deepest holes on the canal is on these narrow bridges. So bridges like that are very narrow, you can see the boat will only just get through that. So yeah, if you see them, give them a little work, because there could be fish holding out there. Only joking. Now obviously canals are pretty featureless, so use any sort of feature you can to your advantage. So things like boats, you see here, cast your lure, not at them, obviously that's someone's property, you don't want to be doing that, but somewhere around it, because quite likely there's fish. Well, not likely, nothing's likely in the canal, but there's a good chance there could be fish holding out there. So just put your lure somewhere close to the boat, may have a chance of catching. So any sort of bushes or overhanging trees, cast your lure over towards them, because it's adding some cover, and that could also be holding you some fish. Okay guys, so with my 10 to 30 gram rod, as I said, there's so many like mixture of things I can bring out. Obviously you've got your small lures with your paddle tail, jig head hooks, got crankbaits, stuff that I can jig across the water. Got things like my salmo sliders, got Rappler jointed shad wraps. I can't remember what this lure's called. I know it's Abu Garcia with a tail. Little plug. Even topwater frogs. Gonna have some fun with that in the next month or two. Jig flies. Got these Westin spinners. Can't remember what you call these lures. I will find out, and I'll leave it in the description, because I haven't actually used these yet, but I think they'll be very good in the next month or two. Paddle tail Kofi perches. I mean, I think you get the picture. With this rod, it just gives me a lot of different dimensions and avenues for different species to target whilst I'm out. Obviously, if you know what you're going for, you can take out your light rod or your heavy setup but I like to take something in between and give myself options on new waters, just while I'm trying to learn the venue and where the fish are. And last but no least, if you find the stretch of the canal, obviously find the bridge numbers and see who owns it in respective of what club owns that particular piece of water, and find out if you can fish it, and take some money with you for a day ticket price if you're not a member. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't really do too many how-tos, but I know canals can be quite daunting, so hopefully I can help some of you guys out if you're fishing canals for the first time. I don't do a lot of canal fishing myself, so new venue to myself as well, just trying to learn it and have a bit of fun. Anyway, next video is coming up. You'll hopefully see me catching some fish. Peace out, guys.